Hey guys, Taro here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Kholodny Ferma Winter. Playing for today, spawning on the right we have Joe Jan playing as OKW, and his loadout is Fortifications, Firestorm, and Breakthrough.
Scout vehicle ready.
Joe Jan's about rank 100, 110 as OKW. On the left we have MCA Max, custom fairly recently against Von Ivan, playing his US forces, and his loadout is Airborne Rifle Company and Heavy Cavalry. So we see a bit of a deviation straight away from Max, going double rear echelon. I don't really think double rear echelon builds make that much sense at the moment, but maybe he's thinking about going for a rifle company, in which case, you know, getting two squads is not the worst idea, so you can get a RE Flamer. Those Sturms chasing away those echelon there, and we're actually seeing double Kugel from Jojan. Looks like he's mainly capping with them at the moment. And he ran straight for this garrison, of course. So looks like he wants to put some pressure onto this US forces cutoff. And it can be extremely hard to deal with double Kugel, these US forces. Oh, there we go. We've got volley fire. Very rare sight. And doesn't get any suppression down. I think I calculated once, I think it takes 12 seconds firing gets a unit not behind cover to suppress them using volley fire, so that's a really, really long period of time to have to wait. It looks like we got a rear echelon race to the garrison. There we go. So it looks like those Sterns probably going to have to retreat now. Kugel putting pressure on, and this is actually one thing that rear echelons are good at, is dealing with the Kugel. Rear echelons usually don't do that much damage because the accuracy is so poor, but because the Kugel has a larger target size than infantry, that accuracy doesn't really play a factor that much. They'll connect a lot of shots on the Kugel and do quite a lot of damage as a result. But no, slightly late retreat, but it looks like Sturm's not really taking advantage of that. Instead, they're trying to get out of the firing line from those riflemen in the garrison, and there is the second Kugel coming in for the cutoff again. I was wondering where the next squad is. That's actually going for the cutoff. So lots of cutoff action. And we're seeing somewhat heavy build here from Max straight away. Now a lot of players do have US forces mechanized in their loadout just to counter these double Kugel strategies. With the truck, the Dodge WC-51. Here we go, flamethrower, this is big trouble. For Max, he has to retreat. So he's actually doing okay though. He's got quite a few standard resource territories under his control.
We have a lieutenant reporting in for duty.
Looks like he's going to hold on to that cutoff for a wee while still as well. But now double Kugels, they're actually both quite low, and both the Sturms have had to retreat, so they're not going to be able to get repaired. So it looks like this push is going to run out of steam right here, but good harassment there by Jojan at the very least. I mean, he's neutralized this fuel for a long period of time. At the same time, though, he's lost his own cutoff for quite a while.
A capture point is being overrun.
And that's actually a lieutenant for Max. Interesting. He hasn't made an M20 yet, so I imagine he won't. No, he is making the M20 well.
We're losing a capture point.
So this M20 is going to be a little bit late thanks to all the cut-offs, and of course, I mean, he had about, well, he had probably a surplus of about 20 fuel by the time it came to make that M20. M20, very, very timing dependent vehicle. You need to get that out straight away, because OKW usually goes to the mechanized, and as soon as that looks comes out, your M20 is pretty much done for at that stage. Which is why you don't see M20s terribly often these days. Because the window of opportunity is so small and costs so much manpower to make these. Oh, there we go. One Kugel down to that thanks to that AT grenade. Now we've got double flamethrower Sturms coming in though. Luckily this Kugel can't actually fire, being sight blocked by that wreckage. And that is indeed flamers from Max as well. And this could be a dead squad, but here comes the M20. A bit late on the chase there. Oh, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get through that tiny gap. Looks like he can, but I think the Kugel's going to get away. No, he's trying to cut him off there. Oh, but a bit of rubber band action. This is a bit of cat and mouse. Looks like we have folks coming up now, and maybe he's going to take a foul. He's not quite in range.
Enemy infantry! Pour it on!
See, M20 I feel like probably needs a buff. It's currently his veterancy is like crazy high. I think it's like, to get to Vet 3, I think it's 40 or 60% more than the 222. Obviously the 222 has an auto cannon, so it can get a lot more damage done by dishing it out to light vehicles and such. So yeah, maybe the M20's veterancy needs to look at to try and make it a bit cheaper. And then maybe we'll see a bit more M20 play in the future.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Incendiary grenade goes off there. Late reaction. Doesn't get any models, and he does have the ambulances up, so no dramas there. It's going to be healed up. No worries. Jojan falling about 100 VPs behind so far. So despite all that early pressure, it hasn't really paid off in terms of VPs. That being said, the right hand spawn does tend to have slightly worse access to the VPs. Flamestorm's getting chased away there, but it looks like he's about to take a Faust, and here comes Luke's just about to roll onto the field. And what has Max got? He's got nothing. Is he what's he doing? No, he's got a lot of fuel in the bank. So this Luke's quite easily in the game right here. All he's got to defend himself is, well, here we go, the bazooka and the vehicle crew. It's one bazooka off, but that vehicle crew taking so much damage. And this squad doesn't have the AT grenades. Just takes 2 bazooka shots. There's backing away. May pay to crew this with one of his squads just to get it to safety here. Oh, he's going to get back in it with the vehicle crew. Oh, he's going to try and repair it. Okay, this is a bad idea. I feel like he should reinforce that bazooka squad, because this is really his only line of defense right here. If he loses this, he could lose everything. He's got both his riflemen down here in the south, and this is his squad with veterancy, so this is his AT grenade squad down there. It looks like he's not taking captain, which I feel like is a mistake. He's actually going for weapon racks, so he's going to go for some bazookas of his own. Oh, he's going to have enough munitions for 2 bazookas, and he can chuck that on his extra re-echelon squad. The one that doesn't have the flamethrower. which is an okay form of anti-tank, but your looks can outrange that and can bleed you quite hard.
We're losing a capture point.
So yeah, I mean, this is basically why you don't see players going for the M20 anymore, because as you can see, it's not really up to much. It came out around 6 minutes, and then around maybe 9 minutes Lux was out, maybe even earlier than that, so it had like 2.5 minutes before it was just, I mean, before it just couldn't do anything really. I mean, what's he been doing with it? Now if you are cheeky, I mean, you can get an M20 mine down somewhere, the M6 anti-tank mine.
Ready for orders. A capture point is being overrun.
But they do take quite a long time to plant, of course.
God damn it! Take that MG out!
So you have to be rather careful. And now we see from the tactical map, huge resource advantage for Jojan. We've got Flamethrower trying to close the gap. Looks like he gets them, but I think they're going to get at least one flame burst off here. No, they get pinned just before they get that flame burst off. What's crossing that negative cover road? Does add extra suppression. Is this one bazooka? One bazooka on each rifle squad here. Okay. Honestly, I'd probably go for 2 bazookas on one squad. Well, that's a 50 cal. See, I haven't seen this matchup yet. I haven't seen the 50 cal with armor piercing rounds against the Lux. I hear that there's a target table bonus for them. So I'm actually kind of curious to see how this goes. In comes the incendiary grenade though. It's gonna force that to evac. Come on, get out. Oh, I think he's gonna lose it. No, get out. Oh my god. Incendiary rounds now on the M20. He's too busy trying to bazooka this. Needs one more bazooka. No, he retreats. Loses his M20. Everything just went wrong here for Max. And I mean, he misses that last bazooka shot. Honestly, I probably would have just kept this rifleman squad there for that one last bazooka. Even if I lost it, would have been worth it to kill this Lux. And yeah, I mean, that was just a massive, just bad micro. I mean, really, just having to do 2 things at once, and he utterly failed at it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That was just really bad play. Not much else to say about that. Now Max has quite a lot of fuel here. So if he starts his tech to major now, you'll be able to get out of tank pretty shortly after that comes online. And here comes the hits, in fact. We're already up to 8 CPs. And Max has nothing to counter this, except for bazookas and AT grenades.
A capture point is under attack.
Okay, here we go. We've got the 50 cal shooting at the Hitzer. Doesn't look like it's doing any damage to it, but he hasn't loaded the armor-piercing rounds yet. Here comes the Luxon from the side. Looks like this is trying to reface to deal with it. Oh, you can see it did a little bit of damage there, but that didn't have the armor-piercing rounds loaded once again. Bazooka's trying to do their best here, but only got one bazooka, remember. Recoup losses here from Jojan. So he's going to just charge on in.
We're losing a capture point.
But yeah, Max, this is every US Forces player's nightmare here. Bazookas, I mean, can keep stuff at bay, but it's very hard to just frontally kill
There's a
a
major
vehicle
reporting for action.
or even zone it without taking any damage. Usually, you know, you lose a couple models every time trying to engage a vehicle with bazookas. Of course, just about off the map, Joe Jane got the triple cap going. He's going to be leveling up that scorecard pretty quickly. Got a bazooka on these REs now. They're up to 5 men, so that's good. You see, a good reason to get double bazookas on one squad is because you take quite a lot of bleed getting into range on the light vehicle to shoot the bazooka. So when you get into range, it would be better if you can then shoot 2 bazookas at once. So, yeah. That way you're only bleeding once, not twice. And he's basically pinned in his base at this stage. Looks like he has ticked.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
90-day wonders.
What happened to his fuel? He had oh, okay, Major is on the field. I was like, I just could not see this Major for some reason. I was feeling a bit blind. So yeah, I mean, what went wrong here for Max? I think going for the M20 was, I mean, too late. Going for the M20 is, I still think it's viable against OKW, but if they harass your resources a lot and you can't get it basically when you're at exactly 20 fuel, I probably wouldn't bother. If I was in Max's situation, I'd take Lieutenant, but I didn't, should probably be commentating on this action rather than explaining this. Yeah, I mean, if I was in Max's situation there and I'd take Lieutenant, but my fuel had been harassed a lot, I probably would skip M20 and the A half track, because I'd be expecting something from the Lukes, and probably tick to the captain and maybe make a 50 cal as well. As I said, I don't think I've seen the AP rounds used against the Lukes yet. But yeah, captain with the 1 bazooka plus the 50 cal should be enough to stall for a Stuart, and then the Stuart should be able to shut down the Lukes much more effectively from there, as it was, you know, going straight for a medium tank. Quite, I mean, he really suffered from about 9 minutes till now when his tank's going to come out. It's basically like 10 minutes of the game that he's just been getting pummeled by these vehicles. But he has managed to hold on to the southern VP, and he's about to have an easy 8. So things could be about to turn around for Max. Got 1 Rikessin, where's that? That's in the north. So here we come. Here comes the easy 8. It all comes down to this. Needs to take down these 2 vehicles straight away.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
Bounce.
capture points.
He's backing it to the north. That's where the Rikessin is. And then he stopped chasing. Stopped chasing. He's gone for the Lukes instead to the south. 2 squads here. No, just 1 squad here. The Faust available. Takes that 1 Faust. And what is this? This is terrible. Terrible easy 8 micro here by Max. There should have been a dead Lukes right there. lose a squad. Looks like he lost to one of his rear echelon squads.
Swing the gun. They're on the flank.
Oh, it must have been one of his rifle squads, right? 3 rifle squads. I think the rear echelon died in the M20. We've got 2 Fausts going in. Here comes the Raketin. That is GG. Honestly, Max should have repaired this Easy 8 up before bringing it into combat again after taking that first Faust. Plus a tiny bit of damage from the Lukes. Looks like that got away though. I thought the Raketin might kill it there, but no, he's still alive. I mean, if we take a look at army sizes, we see Max. I mean, once he gets in his tank, he's not going to be that far behind, but there is a Schwer up here. Very aggressive Schwer positioning. That is one thing that Rifle Company is missing, doesn't have any of those big off maps. So I'm also kind of curious to see how it goes where you combine major RD with big off map, such as the 155mm artillery. Let's see how good that is at destroying trucks. Yeah, you can see that was going to happen. These 2 models in the front here, not behind heavy cover. So it's instantly getting suppressed. Okay, Easy 8 making its way towards this, and is there a vehicle in production? That's a Yak Panther coming out for Jojan. We've got a Raketin coming in from the side. Bounces. And the Easy 8 does have extra health. I believe it's 760 health. So won't die to 4 tank shots. I believe it will die to 4 tank shots and a snare. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's got a weird amount of health. I think it's got less than 800 health. More than 640. Okay, we've got the bazookas coming out, but I know he's going to call GG right there. Okay.
We lost an infantry unit. They got wiped out.
So yeah, I mean, it's just some bad decision making here by Max overall, I feel. Going for the M20, it was too late for it to be effective. Then going for bazookas just meant he bled a lot of manpower from his squads, and then once he got the Easy 8 out, didn't make the most of it there. Probably could have taken out both of these 2 vehicles, in which case he would have been in a decent spot then, but didn't. He was a bit sloppy with this tank micro, and allowed Jojan enough time to react, get out the Jagdpanzer and seal the game. So yeah, there we go. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.